Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast podcast. If you just heard us talk about football, you know we're in fantastic moods. Just like in that segment, we have all three of our fantastic co-hosts today. Yeah, I'm including myself here. I'm talking in third person because I might be a little insane. We're having a little bit of a horror episode today. I hope we're all excited. Yeah, spooky, Spooktober, you know. Thought we'd get into the mood a little bit on this show. So expect more Halloween content, not just in this episode, but in the next couple leading up to Halloween, because I think that'd be fun. Anyway, yeah, how are we doing?
Absolutely.
I know you guys answered it just a
Doing
couple
good,
hours ago.
doing good.
But
Although,
Great.
let me tell you, I am fucking sick of inflation, and not in the sense that most people think. Why the fuck does it cost $25 to buy a new movie? I don't care that it's new. It's an hour and a half of entertainment for $25.
And you're-
That is absurd. I can buy a video game for $25
Mhm.
and play it for 60 hours.
are you buying, and you're just doing digital, aren't you? Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
At least physical media.
I don't typically. I'm just looking at it market wise because I was looking at sales on the Xbox store. But I mostly buy physical media because it's so much cheaper, dude. I get tons of movies at Goodwill because Goodwill you can get DVDs for $3 and it's actually fucking worth $3. I just will never understand $25 for a movie.
Yeah, that's
insane.
a lot. What's up?
Anthony, you just mentioned physical media, and I probably mentioned a few times how I've been buying and collecting vinyls and records and whatnot.
Yeah.
And last week was the first time I went to a physical record store. I got a little haul, but I bought 3. And I have 23 now for someone I started buying maybe.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. Maybe 5 months ago, I think.
Oh yeah.
Vinyls are not cheap, you know. It's becoming a regular hobby of mine. And
Dude, you know what else costs $25?
Mm.
Season 1 of Rick and Morty
What?
the anime.
Okay, that is just unbelievable. That is just, digital.
Oh,
Digital.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable.
brutal stuff. Look, yeah, I'm a big physical media guy as well. I wish more people would hop on the train. Hopefully, it makes a return. Some people are getting sick
It's been making
in small communities,
a
yeah.
100%.
But like Best Buy, for example, starting this year in 2024, they took out all their like Blu-ray shelves, and so like I'm hoping though, but culturally, as an entire culture, we can move back toward that because I mean, like, it even though Jacob, did you buy the movie for $25 or no? Okay, right.
Oh,
so
no.
That's the thing, though.
No,
even if you bought it for $25 digitally on Amazon, I assume, they could just take it away. They could just take it away. It could just disappear.
Yeah.
And there's like, oh, whoops, there goes your $25. It's like, what? You know, like it's so predatory. It's so bad. I feel like, I think some people and more are starting to understand that how important it is to own your own media physically, so you actually own it. Like no one can take that from you. So that's always fun. I love my Blu-rays, as you guys both know. I have about 100 now. All fantastic movies, including Moonfall.
That's up.
Yeah. In 4K. Hell yeah.
Moonfall is good.
Hell yeah. But yeah, fun stuff. I'm hoping that there are a couple movies from this year that I really want to get my hands on, like grimy, sweaty hands. Hopefully they release soon on Blu-ray or 4K so I can acquire them. Be fine additions to my collection.
With your
grimy,
what
sweaty hands.
Get on the record. Okay, just to get on the
You know
record.
what? I've had this thing for the past, I don't know, week, maybe 2 weeks. All of my fingertips, like the skin is just coming off of them. And I don't know why. And it's consistent. It's not blistering or anything, but it's just the top layer of skin just is peeling off of all 10 of my fingers. It is so bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Why are the tips of my fingers
See, Rufy,
peeling
you're a
off?
dentist. I thought you would just know.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they're different extremities.
Yeah,
Teeth are not even extremities,
they're
right? Different bones, and it's not even a
intrimities.
bone in this case.
Yeah,
It's your
it's an
it's your
organ.
skin. All right. It looks like it's hand
Yeah,
eczema. I hope I
I
helped
was
you
thinking
because
I was thinking it
Google
might
is
be a little
always
bit of
extreme about
eczema.
shit.
But I mean, we'll see what happens. It's been better the past couple days, but it's just really weird, you know.
Um, could be psoriasis as
Psor-
well. How do you pronounce this?
Psoriasis.
Psoriasis? Psoriasis. There you go. Thank you.
How does the dentist not know what psoriasis
I know
is?
I know what it is. I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm familiar with the dental terms. Listen, I was
Sure.
life update to you guys. The last time I spoke about this, I told you guys I was gonna start studying and taking my notes that I take from shadowing and whatnot. And I bought an iPad for this, right? Because I found myself consistently referring back to images while I
Mm-hmm.
study during shadowing. So I bought an iPad to include images with notes, and so I started with today. And guess what? I'm learning a lot of shit, guys. I could already, you know what I could already do? I could already take X-rays of your mouth, Anthony. Well, theoretically, right? And do a comprehensive oral evaluation of your mouth, Anthony. How about that?
Well, we'll see what happens.
Oh, there we go.
We'll take it day by day, I suppose. Although I should be
There we
looking
go.
ahead further because of these wisdom teeth, but they're not causing problems yet. We have, we've got time.
Same.
It's all right.
As long as they're not causing problems, they don't have to be extracted at all. That much I know.
Yeah, except
Yeah, I'm pushing it
two of them
off
are
too.
growing in sideways. That's all. But I think,
Oh
but they
yeah, you
haven't,
told me about that. Yeah,
they
those.
haven't come in
Yeah.
anymore yet. So I don't know if they're gonna, I don't know if they're gonna keep going, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm sure that was riveting for the audience of 3 people that we have, but yeah. So Baruffi, maybe
They
they
loved it, I
did, maybe they
guarantee you.
did. Baruffi, I had you watch a few movies, but you got to one of them over the weekend, and
So far,
I
yes.
want to hear your
Mm-hmm.
experience for the first time ever with Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a Spielberg masterpiece. It's a classic of the genre. It's a classic of film in general. Just every little thing about it, I think, is immaculate. So I want to hear your thoughts, and Jacob, you feel free to chime in too. You know,
It was
It's been so
a
long since I've seen it,
fair
so
enough.
I can't really comment.
it was a phenomenal watch. It was a lot better than I thought it would be from a movie standpoint. I already had an idea that it was already a cornerstone for the adventure genre, but it's a lot more than that. It generally got me on my toes. And I don't think that's a best way of saying it, but I've often found myself right
Yeah.
at the edge of my seat. And let me tell you something. My favorite scene was when Indiana. I don't even know what fucking
He went
maneuver he
under the
did.
truck
He
in the
they
chase scene.
went.
Oh,
Yes,
dude.
bro. Yes. Yeah. How the
Oh
fuck did he
man.
do that shit,
Oh
bro?
man. Dude, every time I could watch that.
But the way they
Yeah.
produced that, I mean, that was phenomenal. That was really
Yeah, it's
nice.
also that film is also
And
taught in a lot of film classes as well of how to do a great scene because they have a lot of scenes, just
Mhm.
individual scenes where there's just so much going on and so much tension that is built, and the way that a camera
Mhm.
moves throughout a
Mhm.
space, the way the
Mhm.
characters
Yep.
move throughout a space, the way that they
Yes.
interact with
Yes.
the
Yes.
sets, everything
Yes.
about it's just all down
Yes.
to every detail is just so incredible. I have so much fun watching it every time. I like it's one of those movies where it ends, it's over, and I just want to put it back on so I can just stay there in that world. It's yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. I wish it kept going. I really wish
Yeah,
it kept
well,
going when I was watching
you
it.
have two other
Um,
fantastic adventures ahead of you. One of them actually is a prequel, which is the Temple of Doom. So keep that in mind when you watch that. But then
okay.
you have the Last Crusade right after that, which is also just incredible. And then you have the other two that
Mm-hmm.
aren't part of that trilogy that we don't really have to talk about. But if you're ever interested in watching those, I mean, do so. But
I'll
yeah.
probably get to it just to get to it, but
All
Fair.
right. Well, that was fun. As for me,
I was gonna say one more thing about it, but I completely forgot what I
well,
was gonna
as you
say.
gather your thought, as for me,
Um, oh, I also love the scene where it was FBI, I believe, the two FBI agents. They came to Indy when he was
yeah,
teaching or after he was teaching, and just that scene where he explains um just everything about
yeah,
stuff of Raw and the piece and whatnot. But the way they set that up, you really feel like you're sitting down at the table, right, listening to Andy talk and
right,
with all those
yeah,
guys, and the way they it was the way they made us like accessible to see it and understand, because it's not entirely simple to understand it, right?
mm-hmm,
The plot uh, of the Raiders, but they made it super simple and it's
yeah,
satisfying. I guess that I'm trying to say, to listen to them talk and discuss
yeah,
what was going on. It brought
absolutely.
you in. I guess
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that
super
one.
nice.
I kind of figured you would.
I
It's
did.
one of
I
those
definitely.
where, if you don't enjoy Raiders of the Lost Ark, I just don't know what to say. Like, do you even like film? Like it's one of those. As for
Right.
me, my week was very quiet for
Mhm.
watches. The only thing I caught in theaters since the last time we talked was Saturday Night, new release from Jason Reitman, new comedy type of film where it takes place of the last or the 90 minutes before the first airing of Saturday Night Live, the very first one. Almost 50 years ago. It was actually released on the 49th anniversary. Next year, it'll be 50. And I had a really pleasant time with it. I didn't know a lot of the key players in there. I knew a few of them, like big staples of the era and big actors who have been, career in Hollywood and stuff. But I still was just really
Hmm.
fascinated with it. I thought it moved at a really nice pace. I thought it was just really interesting and fun, and there was a little bit of anxiety to it. There was a little bit of stuff like that going around, some jitters from characters and whatnot. I thought it was really well acted too. Gabriel LaBelle is the lead, or he plays Lorne Michaels in the film, and I think he's absolutely fantastic in the movie. Just a really, I thought it was a really fun film. It seems, I mean, it's gotten relatively solid reviews, but I've seen a few people with really weird dissenting opinions as well. So, but we'll see how it turns out, down the road. But I had a good time with it. I would recommend it. All right.
Hmm. Well, if you're recommending a comedy, I know it's at least
Yeah, and
decent.
it's not just
Dude,
a
no
comedy,
comedy will
but
ever beat Step Brothers.
it works in a
Okay.
way that like it works in a way that The Bear works as a comedy. I know you guys haven't seen The Bear, but The Bear has these just really intricate sets and really intricate scenes of characters moving around and a lot of chaotic, hectic stuff going on, and it makes you feel anxious. But there's just little bits of levity sprinkled in throughout that are just really funny, and they're delivered really well. The lines, the if there's
Um.
physical slapstick involved, it's done really well as well. It's very similar in that way. Also, The Bear, highly recommend.
That Yeah, the way you talked about that reminded me of another thing I noticed in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Little twists and turns that happen throughout the movie, like one that was really funny when Andy was
Oh
fighting
yes, yeah,
and they were in Cairo, and the
yeah.
guy pulls out a sword. He
There's
pulls out a
a
gun and
there's
just
a
shoots the
great
guy.
story
It
for
was
that
like,
too. It like they it was a really really hot long day. They've been shooting for a while there already, and a few of them have contracted food poisoning and stuff from something that they had ate during filming and stuff. So everyone's just like so out of it at this point. And Harrison Ford is just, he goes over to Spielberg and basically says like, to be like perfect is just, instead of doing this duel thing here, I have a gun. I'll just pull out the gun and shoot him, And they went with it. They shot it, and it is what you're right. It is one of the most iconic like twist gags of all time in film. Like it's so funny. It's like not what you expect from the genre. It's such a subversion of the genre, but it works so well. It works so well with the character. It's perfect for the character. It's perfect for what's going on in the scene.
It works perfect for the character.
Matt, it's just yeah.
Because before watching Indiana Jones, I had this idea that this guy was like the Chuck Norris of fucking exploring and whatnot, but it's not that. He's completely human. He's completely human.
He is not invincible. He also has flaws,
and I love that. I love that.
One of the things that people will talk about now about it not aging so well is that there's a little bit of like a pedophilia thing going on between him and Marion, but because.
I was thinking about the age, right? Because she said she was young and whatnot, but I figured maybe she was like 18 or whatever. But okay, I see what you're saying.
People have interpreted it in a weird way, I guess is what I should say. Until I heard about that, that people were saying that about it. I always thought when she said I was a child, I was in love, that she was talking about like 18, 19 years old, where you're super young and naive, but you're still an adult. That's how I always interpreted it. But then, I heard other people interpret it like as if she was like 14 or 15. And I'm like, I guess, it's.
I always interpreted it as 18.
Yeah, so maybe they're the weird ones, not us. I don't know. But.
we would need Spielberg to come out and explain it. It was another time as well, right? They wouldn't, because if it was today, they would make the character say, "Oh, I was 18" or whatever the case, right? But back then, I think it was just kind of implied that the character was.
If it was
18.
today, the age difference just would be non-existent. They would be the same age. It would just be we were young and dumb, But
well, that is true.
Anyway, look, I don't need my heroes to be perfect either, this isn't a forced perfection of a hero. This is someone who was already nuanced at the time, who was already imperfect, who was already gritty. It's not this bullshit that, anyway, I could rant about this stuff forever, so let's... Yeah.
On to the draft.
Yeah, if we got nothing else, let's move on. Like I said, we are doing a horror themed episode today, so let me pull this up on screen share, remove our Discord icons. We're doing a horror themed episode, so we have 3 different drafts dedicated to horror or horror adjacent stuff. We have horror films, then after that we're going to do horror directors, and then after that is a fun one that we'll see where it goes in the direction, but non-horror horror films. So movies that aren't in the horror genre that we find scary or, something of that nature. I think that'd be a fun one. I have the picker wheel up here right now to determine the order. So this is for first overall in the horror films. All right.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay
with
this.
Good.
I'm okay with it too. I'm good.
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe I do want the wraparound actually. We'll remove that, and spin again. I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know if I prefer this or the wraparound. We'll see.
I don't either. It depends on what you take second. Because I think you're going to snipe me with
Oh, well, I don't need to remove mine.
No.
We know your neck. We know your...
Yeah.
Also, if I say X movie, I'm not saying the franchise. I'm saying X movie, correct?
Yes. These are individual films. So last year, a year ago at this point, almost, or maybe actually, we did a horror franchise tier list. And so this is going to be different. We didn't want to do a tier list again.
Yep.
Our tastes don't really... I guarantee our tastes haven't changed in a year about all those films. Maybe we'd have a little bit more to add and whatnot. But anyway,
Right.
down the road, we can redo the tier list. But after 1 year, that doesn't make too much sense. So now we're going to do individual films, not just franchises, individual films and draft format because draft format's fun.
Yep.
But the caveat here is that it's only one film per franchise. So Vitor, if you take for example, The Conjuring as your 1-1, I can't take anything else in that franchise.
Annabelle.
And nobody can. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Lovely.
Perfect. So
Lovely.
we have
Okay,
an order
right.
set for this one, and you can get started.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
quick question. Are we
Yes.
counting Silence of the Lambs as horror?
All right.
Then give me that
really
as a
good
1-1.
pick. Fantastic film. It won the Big Five for a reason. It's absolutely incredible, riveting stuff. Everyone should watch that before they die.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're already dead, then sucks to suck.
Phenomenal
You
film.
know.
There's nothing else to say about it. Phenomenal
Yeah.
film.
Tough.
Okay. Well, this is tough because I know Jacob's gonna get one of the two here. That I think he's gonna go for, but I'm really hoping that I could get the next one on the wraparound, and I think I might be able to. Not one of the two that I'm thinking of, but a third one. So I'm gonna, man, I recently have had a better time rewatching The Thing over The Shining, so I'm gonna take The Thing. Sorry, I figured that was the one you wanted, but there's the other one that I expect you to take.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You there?
Oh.
Okay, so
I
it's
hear you.
Jacob. All right, there we go.
On any other round other than
You completely cut out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely taking I'm absolutely gonna be taking that. Fuck, why is it slipping my mind now? Because I started talking about Alien. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking The Shining.
Fuck!
I'm gonna take Alien, the original Alien.
No!
Because those are the clear top 4 movies. Does it suck that you're gonna be able to get Mousetrap from 2024? Yes, it does. But I think I had to take Alien here.
Oh, not Mousetrap. Oh man, damn it! See, that was the movie. I was like, dude, if this falls to me at 4th, I am so in. Like, damn it, man, that's great pick. Great pick. Here now.
Thank you.
I guess at this point, because that was kind of my plan. That's why I wanted the wraparound too, by the way, because I would have been perfectly happy with The Shining and the Alien as well. But I guess we're gonna maybe go a little less conventional, just because it's a film that I adore so much, and maybe it's not as high for you guys, or maybe Barufi, but that is Signs.
Yeah, phenomenal. It's a good pick.
All right. You have the wraparound as well. All right.
Give me Halloween from 78.
The original.
Yes, sir. And Saw 1.
Right.
OG Saw, that's a good pick. Although I'd argue Saw 2 is better.
There's an argument.
Nah, 1 is better, I think.
But I mean, the original is also very iconic.
They're different.
Yeah.
They're different.
I think Saw 2 is a better horror movie. Saw 1 is a better movie.
Yeah, I agree. But it's kind of horror, so I'll take the better movie.
I'm up again. I guess I'll take this one. This one has I had not watched it until fairly recently. I mean, within the last 8 months or so. And after I watched it, I'm like, man, this is one of the best horror of all time. And it's not even, I guess, like hardcore horror film, but I thought it was just such an incredible debut for Jordan Peele as a director, and that's Get Out.
Absolutely.
Yep. Get Out,
Get Out was going to get drafted in the next swing. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's getting recognized by somebody else. I feel like this movie also shouldn't be available here, so I'm going to go ahead and take the original Nightmare on Elm Street here.
That's not the original film that
Classic,
that I thought you were going to take.
Now I'm also going to be taking
might be
another
it.
original film, and that's gonna be the
Oh,
very
no,
first
still
Scream
not
movie.
the one I thought. Okay. Fun. Oh,
A lot
yeah.
of classics for
Yeah.
Jacob here.
Classic slashers. Fun stuff. Great. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I
Yeah.
don't
Absolutely.
think Brufy will take this next one, so I'm actually going to go a little bit off my board here. And I'm going to take another modern horror that I think was just really, really special. And this director's tried to replicate it in years since, and I don't think he's really gotten quite there. And that director being Ari Aster, and the film being Hereditary.
It's a
Hereditary is
phenomenal
another
pick.
great
That is a
movie.
phenomenal pick. That is a phenomenal pick. I think I have some great sleepers here, though. I'm between 3 movies, but I've already set my mind. I'm gonna go with The
I
Conjuring.
expected that to be
Okay.
taken at some point.
Agreed.
and
Yeah, that's
and the
the
Texas
one. That's the
Chainsaw
other
Massacre.
original that I thought Jacob might have taken.
Yep.
I just don't enjoy that movie as much as Nightmare or Scream. And I think TCSM, which I
That's
would have
alright.
just abbreviated that to TCSM. But yeah, great movie. Absolutely. I think
What
Rookie killed it
there
with
was a
his list.
publication recently that did the like top 100 horror of all time, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre was number 1 on the list. Yeah.
Was number 1, right? Yeah, I saw that.
I
I saw
think
that.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre has some of the most iconic scenes, like
It
the
definitely does. Definitely does.
butcher door slam, and then like the
Yeah.
dinner scene with the family. They're all fucking great. It's an amazing movie, really well shot. You can tell it's a very passionate film that they made. So
Yeah.
I think that's a great pick there.
If I had one more round, I'm not gonna say it, but I have one more film I really wanted to pick here.
Yeah, I feel this a similar way to you on this. But again, I think I'm just gonna go a little unconventional here and take a children's horror film to round out the rest of my list, which I look, it might maybe not the best list or anyone's favorite list, but I think I've compiled a pretty fun set of films here, and I'm gonna take Monster House.
I was just
Yeah.
about to say it's
That is
gonna
a
be
phenomenal
Monster
pick.
House.
But I think you're forgetting.
It's a
about a
children's
movie,
horror?
Anthony.
Oh, I
No.
know. Yeah, you're right. It's okay.
It's a movie you're super high
It's
on.
alright.
I'm shocked you didn't take it.
See, there's a ton of options I can go with here. And I think what's going to shock you guys the most is I'm not taking a Chucky movie. So Chucky's going to go undrafted on this list.
That is unbelievable.
But it
Alright.
2017 is
Oh!
also going to go undrafted because I'm also going to be taking the
Alright,
Invisible
from 2020.
I can't believe Jaws didn't
This
get
is
picked.
my favorite modern horror movie. I think it's really well shot. I felt like it's great acting throughout the entire film. I don't think there's a single bad actor in the entirety of the movie. And I greatly appreciate the suspense in the film. I think it's not overdone. I think it's perfectly done, actually. And I think it has one of the best jump scares of all time with the paint going in under the ladder entrance to the attic and then immediately splashing onto his face. I think that's the best jump scare in modern horror.
I didn't
It's a
watch
good
Invisible
film.
Man, so I definitely should give it a
absolutely.
look. But the 2 movies I wanted to have next would be Jaws and
Yeah.
A Quiet Place.
I don't think either of those are great.
Jaws
Jaws
is on my list here of things I considered. Maybe it's a little surprising that it doesn't get drafted, but and after all, it is like the modern blockbuster, like how we view a blockbuster. That was the prototype in a way. So maybe a little surprising there. It should.
Yeah.
And
I think other notable leave-offs are going to be one Friday the 13th, but they're not good movies, so I don't think that we should have drafted it. Psycho is another one. Even American Psycho with Patrick Bateman, I think that's one that's worth it.
Babadook?
Babadook, no. But Candyman, I think, is another major one that we left off. Candyman and Hellraiser.
Exorcist?
Yeah, the original, yeah.
I'm surprised Broofy didn't
the original
take
Exorcist would have been a good.
I do like Hellraiser a lot. I do like Hellraiser a lot, but I prefer all of those over Hellraiser. But I do like Hellraiser a lot.
For me,
Very fair. Overall, I think this is a great
this was
draft.
fun. I mean, realistically, we could have gone a lot more, but 5 rounds is where we'll cap it. And that's why we have our honorable mentions and stuff afterwards. But other films that I think deserve to be talked about, on the same vein as Signs, another M. Night Shyamalan film from his early career, The Sixth Sense, I think is also just tremendous. Really, really, really great stuff there. Really great twist in that film too. Shyamalan's known for his twists, and that's probably his best one. Then I have a couple films from this year that I just thought would be fun to mention. One of them being I Saw the TV Glow. I talked about it a few weeks ago on the show. It's not really a horror film, so that's why I didn't think to draft it really. It's on my list, but I wasn't going to probably draft it at all, just because it's kind of not horror in a way. But again, just absolutely enthralling movie in my opinion. A couple other ones though. Long Legs was fantastic this year. The First Omen, usually a prequel horror, is like fucking terrible. But this one, The First Omen, is absolutely fantastic. I think it's a must watch, especially for people if you enjoy the Omen series or even at least the original film. You'll love The First Omen. That's about it. I mean, Late Night with the Devil was another really fun watch that came out this year.
Didn't come out this year, but a film that definitely deserved to be drafted. Like, it's a good enough movie to stand on its own. I Saw the Devil is an Korean film. I think that's one of the like peak horror films that's like not a part of a series. And then also, I was gonna say if Child's Play was gonna be taken, it would have been Child's Play 2. Malignant has a case for being drafted.
Yeah, if you're a James Wan guy.
If we were also talking, if you were also talking modern horror, and I could have taken this instead of Invisible Man, like I think it's genuinely that good. I think Fresh is amazing. Fresh is a really slept on horror movie because it's really touchy subject. I mean, cannibalism, where it's like very visible. There's some rape elements to it that are uncomfortable, but I think it's a really well shot film. There's actually a really interesting like 30 minutes opening to it where it's just like almost romance comedy, but then it just like takes a massive shift, and I think it's like it transitions really well because it takes you by surprise, and it's just an enjoyable movie to watch if you're a horror fan.
I watched that as well, probably about a year
Also
and a
free
half
on
ago.
Hulu.
It wasn't for me. Not that it was a bad film by any means, but yeah, it just didn't quite work for me the way that it does for you. But then the last one that I have listed here that I didn't talk about was Black Swan. Again, you could argue it's not even horror. Technically speaking, I guess it is, but another just fantastic feature if that's ever on your radar. Film about like obsession and trying to be as perfect as you possibly can, and a really great film. Anyway, that's our horror films draft. Vitor had the first overall pick, and he selected Silence of the Lambs, then Halloween, Saw, The Conjuring, and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I had second overall, right in the middle, and I selected The Thing, Signs, Get Out, Hereditary, and Monster House. And then Jacob had the third overall in this draft, and he selected The Shining, Alien, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, and The Invisible Man.
I also appreciate that we didn't fucking do stupid shit and like take the werewolf or Frankenstein just because they're classics.
Well, I mean, I also haven't seen them, so I'm not going to take them. One that I do want to watch though, because there's a new one is coming out later this year, is Nosferatu. I really want to check that original film out from 1922. It's on Amazon Prime, so I will be doing that. But there's a new Nosferatu film that's coming out this December, and it looks absolutely awesome. It looks awesome. So I'm really excited for that. It's a Robert Eggers. All right, horror director draft is up next. So these, we can play pretty loose with this one, but generally speaking, I want someone who is known for horror films primarily and has directed at least a couple horror films. You know, even if it's not their only genre. Like I even thought of, you know, like Spielberg could be a horror director in a way, even though that's not his predominant genre. He's done a few horror films. So if you want to go that route, that's fine. But there are also plenty of other pure horror directors to choose from. So here we go with the spinner.
Give me the 1-1.
Yes,
Damn
sir.
it.
I don't know if I like the 1-1, but here we are. All right. Awesome, fantastic, amazing, wonderful. This is for second overall.
I'm not happy about this.
Ooh, well, you get second overall. Congratulations.
Oh, for
I
me, I
think
guess.
I needed second at least because I couldn't. I needed one of the
All
top
right.
two.
Well, we'll see what happens, but I think for oh man. Oh man. Now I'm thinking about it. I really don't like the 1-1 here. Oh, there's two.
I think you'll be.
I mean,
I
I'll
think
be
you'll be
okay
okay.
because I'm still selecting somebody that I love a lot, but and you know what? I'll let you have
Right.
him if I think that's what you're gonna select. I am gonna go. We'll go with classic first, I guess. Classical horror type of feel with Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I
with
understand,
that.
it's-
That wasn't one of my
Yeah,
top two.
it
He
might
was
not
in
be
my
the
top five, though.
flashiest 1-1 pick, but I mean, it is one of the most esteemed directors that has consistently delivered on the genre. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my 1-1 here. Give me
okay,
Wes Craven.
all right, good pick.
Oh, I have my two number ones here.
Ooh,
I mean, it's so fluid,
fun.
right, for this one. But
Interesting.
I'm very happy with this.
John Carpenter's one of
Yeah,
them.
Yeah, it is. John Carpenter.
I considered him for my 1-1.
That was my 1-2 right there.
And I'm between
Based
two
on-
guys. Two guys.
Based on what
for
you
my
just
2 and
did
3
in the
here.
horror films draft, I feel like you'd be a big fan of this guy. Yeah.
James Wan?
All right, there
Yeah,
we go.
it is him. Yeah, it is him.
Good pick.
Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
Conjuring and
Mal-
Saw.
Malignant. Oh, don't
I
forget.
was really fucking hoping he would fall to the
Don't
first,
forget
'cause
about
I knew
Aquaman.
Huh?
James Wan.
Yep.
Might be drafted in the horror
God.
films that aren't horror category. We'll see.
Yeah. There we go.
I think this is where Jordan Peele has to
Yep.
go. He's already done so good with
Fair
what he
pick.
has. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Jordan Peele.
That's a good pick.
And then
Totally
hope that
respectable
my next guy
pick.
falls to
Well
me in round
done.
3.
I think it's at this point, based on my draft board, I think it's fairly obvious where I should go next. So I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna go Ridley Scott. Then
Very
we're gonna go
valid.
Sam Raimi.
That was also on my list. Okay. I'm still okay with that because I get my pick, which is
Okay.
George Romero.
George Romero.
Very solid.
See, this is where now I'm starting to get a little, because a lot of my picks already went. Wes Craven, man. Wes Craven would be so nice here.
Nice here. What the fuck?
He would be so nice here. Well,
The second overall pick would be really nice at 9th.
right? Wouldn't he? I wait. Didn't
Dude, I
Roger
don't know
Corman?
why.
Didn't Roger
don't know why
Corman
you're-
do
What?
Silence of the Lambs? Roger Corman?
No.
Who did Silence of the Lambs?
Bro, take Rob Zombie. You know you want Rob Zombie.
Hey, look. Iconic, yeah. Jonathan Demme did Silence of the Lambs. I should have known that off the top of my head, but
Oh.
sometimes I get him and Gus Van Sant mixed up for some reason. No reason in particular.
It's funny. I was thinking of my second guy. I already had a name in mind, and I lost that name.
Well,
So
you
that
should
is
have written it down, you
fantastic.
loser.
Oh, it was Hooper. Tobe Hooper.
What? Oh, okay.
Toby Hooper, the guy who directed
It just wasn't
Texas
coming in
Chainsaw.
clear.
And Poltergeist.
Did he? I didn't
And
know that.
Poltergeist.
Fun.
Yes, and
Poltergeist, fun. Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You are still on the clock, though, on the wraparound here.
I know.
He's like, guys, can I take Peter Jackson?
Yeah, funnily enough, I was telling Anthony, he's showing up in the greatest horror directors movies of all time.
Director.
Yeah. Well, can I go with another Saw director here? Is that
If
is
that's
that
what
okay?
you want.
It's up to you.
I don't think this is a good pick
So don't take it.
It's up to you.
I mean, it could be a better pick.
He's like, dude, I really want Lee Winnell, but it's not a good pick.
Imagine. Hey, that's your next pick, huh, Jacob? No?
Yeah, for sure. I just
We need some Jeopardy music up in this bitch.
You see. Wait, I would love some. It would help me think.
You would just start singing along to the Jeopardy music. It's not gonna help. Here we go.
You wouldn't know that.
There you go. Yeah.
That works too.
Can you hurry up, bro?
Yeah.
There's so many good picks left.
But I have to think of like pick value.
Sure.
Dog, there's plenty that are good pick value.
You're gonna say like Steve Biner or something like that.
No, but just pick a guy you like. Like Jacob picked George Romero, you know.
I was just about to say George Romero. I see. Sure, go with George Romero, but I was gonna go. I was gonna go. Oh, you did take George Romero. So I'll just go with Darren Roseman.
Can you spell it? How do you spell that? Oh shit! Why is it?
Darren 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 Bozeman.
Okay.
All right.
He did Saw 2, 3, and 4.
See, this is kind of sacrilege because I'm already telling myself I'm not going to be taking Stanley Kubrick.
Oh.
Which I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, give me Clive Barker. I'd rather have Clive Barker.
All right. Fun. You are compiling a fun list. I'll say that. All right, that leaves me and my final two picks here. Man, I could just go. I'm just gonna keep going down my list here because I've still got guys pretty high up that haven't been selected. Just like you, not going Kubrick. I'm not gonna go Spielberg. I just feel like that's kind of cheap a little bit, so I'm gonna leave him off. But I'm just gonna go with M. Night Shyamalan. He's done enough. What is happening? Okay, there we go. M. Night. He's done enough movies that he's done enough horror films over the years that I just really like. So, and I think he's got a really unique flavor of film. So I'll take him. And then it's really between two here at the end, but maybe one of you guys will take the other guy. I'm just gonna go with my boy Robert Eggers to finish off mine. Very very new director, only has done a couple films so far, but I think he's a huge rising star, and I'm really excited for Nosferatu.
Very true. I think he
Lighthouse
did great
is great.
With the Lighthouse.
The Witch.
Really
before that, then The Northman, which isn't horror, is my favorite of his films. I think The Northman's a masterpiece.
So I'm gonna take one that was probably not on anybody's list, but I think Mike Flanagan
that's
is a
a
really
great
good
pick.
modern horror.
I did not even think of him.
I think he did
I did not
amazing with
think of
Doctor
him.
Sleep.
Damn it, man.
Hush was an amazing
Yeah.
solo movie. Doctor Sleep was great. I think he just when you hear Mike
Well, and
Flanagan
it's
horror,
his
I want to
TV
buy the
shows
ticket
too.
already.
Man, damn it. Oh, I yeah, that sucks. I wish I could have had.
Yeah.
I didn't even. It totally did not cross my mind at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything
me
Mike
too, at this
Flanagan,
point,
I'm in
yeah.
on.
All right, one more pick here, Mr. Irrelevant, Rob Zombie.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
Rob
I was
Zombie, baby.
Rob Zombie. I mean, listen,
Yeah,
he has zombie in it, right?
Yeah, he's worth it, dude.
and you get his
Uh,
music
You
career.
guys help me remember who did Hellraiser?
Who
Yep.
did Hellraiser? Oh, Clive
Yep.
Barker already took him, Boofy. Stop sniping my list.
God damn it, bro! This bum.
Yeah, my list is so good. You've named
Yeah.
almost all of them.
This bum.
Yeah, well, that sucks. You know what you should do is
We.
you should take the body horror guy.
Yeah. What if I just say Peter Jackson? I mean,
If
he
you
did horror,
want.
right? I'm just kidding.
Dude, Stanley
Yeah, but
Kubrick is still
I think
available.
Kubrick. Okay, that's
I'll take
that's what I was
Cronenberg.
going for. Kubrick is kind of cheap though, because it wasn't just a lot. That's why I didn't take Spielberg either, because that would be a little cheap in my opinion. Even though I did say at the beginning you could.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but Kubrick.
All right. Yeah, Kubrick.
Okay, but Kubrick had The Shining and
Space Odyssey isn't horror though.
Like,
I mean, it's creepy and scary, but it's not horror.
It fits into the
perhaps,
next draft.
yeah, perhaps. Yeah, but
very true.
I didn't even type his
Cronenberg
first
isn't a
name.
bad pick though. I
Jordan
do
Peele's a
like.
good pick.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele's a good pick.
David. Yeah.
Isn't it? It is,
master
yeah.
of like body horror and stuff. So he was on my list as well.
Yep. Hey, he was just essential to the
Notable
genre.
Admission, Quentin Tarantino.
Horror?
Horror?
What horror?
Question mark?
Is the horror in the room with us right now?
He did My Bloody Valentine, Hostel, Dusk and Dawn. Oh, no, that was
He-
Hot
He
One.
did Hostel?
No, that he did
Yeah.
not. He did not direct.
Oh,
Hostel.
okay. So yeah, it counts.
No
Yeah, he did.
shot. Absolutely no shot. He directed Hostel. Yeah,
He
that's
Roth
it.
did.
Yeah,
Eli Roth.
He's probably a
Roth.
What has he
producer.
listed on
Eli-
Hostel?
I don't
Eli
like
Roth
Eli
could have been a
Roth
good
at
pick
all,
here, yeah.
Actually,
Could have been a good pick.
he's probably a producer, not a
No?
director. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think he did Audition.
He auditioned for director.
Oh my God, Eli Roth.
Yeah, it
directed
says executive producer for
Borderlands, guys.
Hostel. All right.
Okay.
Another fun one. Do you guys have any honorable mentions? I don't really have any for this one.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Pretty much all my guys are here already.
I mean, I guess like you could throw in an Ari Aster, which I talked about in the last one.
Yeah.
But for me, his
Oh, actually, I do
Sure.
have. I think I have one here. Let me double check that this is the guy that I'm thinking of. Yeah, Ty
Oh.
West. I would have put on here. He's
Yeah.
also a new a new director, but I really like what he's done so far. He was on Your Next. He did the
Yeah.
X, Maxine, and Pearl series. So
No, no Rob Zombie? Question mark.
no, that guy's movies are all insufferable
That's-
except
yeah,
for
yeah,
Three from
okay.
Hell.
All right. No, but
You like Rob Zombie?
saying all of them are insufferable is rich for me.
Dude, the Rob Zombie Halloween movies are some of
Fun?
the most
Fun
insufferable
movies?
movies to ever watch.
I haven't.
You
probably
enjoy
not.
those?
I don't have an opinion on them. A strong one.
Dude, the opening to his Halloween debut. I'm gonna crawl over there and skull fuck.
Sounds like fun. But yeah, I guess if I was a fan of Ty West, that would have been a good pick. I'm just not a fan of that X trilogy. Yeah, Ari Aster again, although for me it's like half good, half bad. I mean, Scott Derrickson's done some really good stuff, Sinister, The Black Phone a couple years ago, just to name a couple. Doctor Strange, the first one, though that's not horror. Horror directors directing Doctor Strange movies. Interesting.
Oh. Don Mancini. Don Mancini could have been drafted just based on the fact that he's directed every single
Sure, you could have taken him. Big Child's Play guy, if you guys didn't know. What the fuck? That was weird. Who else? I guess I'll shout out Osgood Perkins, who did Longlegs this year. And he's been around. He's Anthony Perkins' son. So,
Okay.
Fun stuff. All right. I had the first overall pick, and my draft looks like this. Alfred Hitchcock, Ridley Scott, Sam Raimi, M. Night Shyamalan, and Robert Eggers. Then Jacob had the 1-2. He selected Wes Craven, Jordan Peele, George Romero, Clive Barker, and Mike Flanagan. And then Vitor had the 1-3 and selected John Carpenter, James Wan, Toby Hooper, Darren Bozeman, and David Cronenberg. So, hey, great lineup of directors there for all three of us. Looking really, god damn it, man! You got to stop with these Osama bin Tomlin pictures.
The Dolphin legend, Deshaun Elliott.
All right, and this is the fun one. Okay, this is the fun draft. I don't know where.
Yes. This
I don't know where we're gonna go.
I had the most prep for this one.
I don't know where we're gonna go with this. I'm really interested to see where you guys go, and it will determine what list I borrow from here. Because let's do the order first.
Give me the 1-1.
I'm pretty certain that my first pick won't get taken at all in the draft, but I want to make it an emphasis. This is my 1-1.
Shit.
No. I need the 1-1. I need the 1-1.
I was hoping you guys would pick ahead of me. Just so I could see what. Just how.
No, you're gonna take
that?
mine. It's yeah.
Probably
you
won't.
understand.
Damn, same order as before.
I'm fucked.
It's okay, Roofy. Your pick isn't being taken by me.
I really don't know what the hell you're talking about. Honestly, I don't know how any of us are gonna have the same list. Like.
I have. How many do I have here?
The draft
maybe
is horror
12 movies,
films,
but
non-horror horror films. So films that we find like horrifying or terrifying or whatever, but are not conventionally horror. And hopefully stuff that's not even really supposed to be horror either. Maybe has a couple horror elements to it or a horror scene. But and see, this is my conundrum though, because I don't know how you guys are gonna play this. I have two separate lists. One of the lists is movies that actually like genuinely have something that scares me about them that aren't horror related. Well, they're horrifying. But the other one are films that I am terrified of subjecting myself to watching them again.
Okay.
Okay, that's completely different though. That's completely different.
I didn't do the second one, but I also had that thought process, and I put down movies for that thought process. So I
only have the first thought process. I only have the first one, and I didn't even consider that.
Well, maybe I'll
think
go
about
through.
That.
Maybe I'll pick a couple of those too at the end, just for fun. But I will. Okay.
For non-horror movies that are scary, I'm including movies that scared me as a kid.
Yes.
So,
I have
but
one here
Jacob,
exactly for that.
I want us to compare our second list, because that'd be fun. Okay, with the 1-1,
okay,
we're taking this seriously. Maybe we're not, because I'm already laughing. But
We'll see how
Okay,
seriously we're taking
here we
it when
go.
you see
You
my
ready?
pick.
You ready for this?
I'm taking it serious.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah. Dude, that's valid. That movie scared me as a kid.
Oh,
I think it's,
wow,
it's in my
okay.
list. It's in my list. It's in my list. It's right. I have Charlie in the Chocolate Factory,
Willy
but
Wonka
it's
and the
there.
Choco
The idea is there.
That's my pick.
The idea is there.
Hey, look, there's that
The
theory,
Chocolate Fact, yep.
that fan theory about how all the kids get turned into the chocolate, Fun stuff.
Yep.
Fun movie.
Yep. My girlfriend herself, she told me that she can't watch it again. She got traumatized
Go
by it
back
when she
and
was
watch
little.
it through that lens, or through the lens that like Willie is like a mass murderer, serial killer type. It is a horrifying movie. It is legit. Like it works on so many other levels. It's a tremendous film overall, and that's just another reason that you have. Yeah, nobody ever goes in.
With,
nobody ever comes out.
The fucking dolls burning in the beginning there, right? The dolls burning. Right?
Down the chocolate river too. That's always the classic that gets everyone.
Yes.
All right.
Jacob?
All right, with the 1-2, I don't know if either of you have even seen this movie, but I am taking Chicken Run.
Chicken Run. That is a fascinating selection.
This movie...
There's no shot.
Honestly, honestly, he's kind of cooking here. That scene where they're trying to dodge all the stuff inside of the machine.
You hear the last 10 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Chicken
Run.
So
I was like, okay,
so
you're cooking.
Start again.
And Vitor is kind of disagreeing, I think, but I think you're cooking because, in particular, they straight up they don't allude to it. They explicitly talk about like the chickens are getting slaughtered and stuff, but also the scene where they're in the machine and they're like that was I think you're cooking there. Yeah. No, I'm in.
Scary, dude. The fucking lady is awful, dude. That woman terrified me.
Good pick.
Okay. Boring.
Thank you.
But objectively, the correct movie for this list probably fits this criteria the best is Coraline.
That's like Monster House, so that's children's horror. I don't know even if I should allow you to pick that. Honestly, are we? Are we allowing this?
No, Coraline is legit scary.
Okay. Because that's horror. That's a children's horror film. I mean, that is the point.
I mean, if we want to call it that, I have a lot of other movies here. I'm okay with taking it off.
So that's fine.
Well, all right. Well, my next one
again, the same Labyrinth. Thing. Yes.
It's not horror.
Okay.
That's horror.
How do you allow Coraline in Pan's Labyrinth? What is your consistency here? Yes, I think honestly we should call a complete mulligan. He should have to pick 2 different movies. All right. Okay. It's a wash.
All right, take them off. I have horror. 2 others here.
It's by design.
Yeah, if you guys want a fun pick, you want a fun pick, Anthony?
Nemo.
Give me fucking Nemo.
Nice. That's what I wanted. There we go.
The fucking shark eating the fucking babies.
You know what?
With that smile
the scariest parts about that are where they're by themselves in the ocean, just alone. Right? No. Right before when they're at the trench, that's scary. Before they meet the jellyfish, that's scary. Even in the jellyfish, when there's no music going on in the movie, that's horrifying. And then right before they actually the whole whale scene really, but before the whale, when they're literally it's them two and that's it, and it's just ocean, that is horrifying shit. I love that pick. Horrifying.
Yeah. So
and also Darla.
Nemo. All right. And The next one, I don't know if you're gonna allow this. You probably should allow
Okay.
this. Okay. You probably should allow, but the
Oh my
others.
god, you're like it's almost horror. And
It's a
that's like me
thriller.
calling
It's a
Seven a thriller,
thriller.
in my opinion. I mean, I'll let Jacob decide again. Okay. But do you
It's
get what I
fine.
mean? Like, all right, whatever. You can have
Yeah.
your fucking.
No,
No,
I
that's a
would allow
horror film.
7.
God. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not picking 7, but
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dune.
Dune. You know, I think I'm cooking. No. I
No,
said
it's a
dude.
Dune. A Dune.
Dude, I think I'm
Dune.
cooking right now. Give me the live action Peter
Oh.
Pan.
I did not watch it, but it sounds like you're cooking. It sounds like you're cooking.
Dude, that movie is creepy as fuck for no reason. Why are kids' movies so weird?
That's great. I love that.
I
I mean, I
Do you not
guess,
agree
yeah,
with it?
I could see where it's like cursed and creepy. Yeah. Was I scared watching it as a kid? No, but I could. I also wasn't scared watching Finding Nemo as a kid. I am now. Okay, we're gonna go right down the list. I think this one's funny.
Valid.
There's a whole Bill Burr has a whole joke about it early on in his superstar career, but it's Titanic. Okay, one.
Is it that?
The
I mean,
event is
I'm not
horrific.
gonna say
The
I'm not
event is
disallowed, but
well.
is it okay? I guess.
What's wrong with? I know
Roy's gonna
what.
be like, that's actually a
Okay,
horror movie.
okay, but like
No. I
the
did
Bill
not say
Burr
that.
joke,
I did not say that.
he's obviously his delivery is way better, but basically
It's
he
so
posits
funny,
that
dude.
like this is like a romantic film for women in a lot of ways, right? Oh my God, Jack and blah blah blah, right? But for guys, it's like this is fucking horrifying. Like we're all destined to just die on the boat. Like this is horrible. Like this sucks, Like so, yeah, that's why it's one of my picks here. And it's right. It's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was number 1. Titanic's number 2. Same thing with the ocean at night too. Like fuck that. Yeah. Oh, I'm up next again. Shit. All right. Okay, I'm
Yes.
gonna dip into my other list. This one isn't a legitimately bad movie, but every time I watch it, it's not only that I fear having to subject myself to it, it's also that I actually fear how the film looks. So I'm gonna make the selection. It's the Polar Express.
Okay,
Really, I love
As a
Polar
child, I
Express
probably
growing
really
up.
enjoyed it too. Now, try watching that film without getting the feeling of the uncanny valley. I dare you, because it is rampant in that movie. All of the faces feel just
Yeah.
so bizarre now that you can like pick up on that kind of stuff. It's so creepy. All the facial designs I hate. The whole Ebenezer Scrooge character too that's on the train is creepy, and the train car with all the dolls and the ventriloquist stuff, that's creepy. And then toward the end when they're at the North Pole and then they have to they get their car gets detached from the rest of it, and they go into that weird chamber room where there's a bunch of tracks leading out to different ways and they have to walk across, but if they slip they're going into an infinite abyss. That's horrifying stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of scary stuff in that movie.
That's fair. That being said,
Really.
I'm about
Hot
to get
hot
what should have
here
been
we got
taken with
it.
the
All right, go ahead.
1-1. Give me the
Ooh,
extraterrestrial ET.
okay.
That movie fucked me up as a
Yeah,
kid.
all right. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna pick that because that's kind of children's horror too. All right.
Um. This is a movie that really scared me due to the idea behind it. It doesn't really have any scary scenes. I mean, you can say maybe underlying they are, right? But truly the concept of it was really scary to me.
Ooh, good pick.
Was The Truman Show.
I actually was thinking about taking that. Yeah, the whole concept of it is terrifying.
The Truman
So
Show.
before you go
And
again, did you guys know that
um,
they legitimately,
yeah, go ahead.
when they asked Jim Carrey to do the role, they had legitimately set up this thing where they kept him in a simulated thing for 2 whole years, and a lot of that stuff is actual documented stuff from the 2 years that he spent in this simulated environment. So a lot of the stuff is like true to life. Well, you probably didn't know
did
because I
not
just
know
made it
that.
up right now. You can continue.
Uh,
I was about to say,
I'm,
like, surely
I'm
I would have
sorry.
heard about this
That
shit by
was.
now.
I'm
No.
sorry. That was a waste of
yeah, I
time.
was like, what the fuck?
My God. Now let me know if this is allowed. Okay. But
um,
Enemy?
I'll give you this one. I think this is better than the others. I would have thrown the others out first.
Because I
What
think it
did
has
he
a
say?
horrifying Enemy. I think it has a
Well,
like
yeah,
the
he
surreal
dreams up
aspect of it, like
spiders.
the psychological aspect of
Yeah,
it.
spiders are
I
horrifying.
think it's terrifying. No, like what? And that ending scene fucked me up.
Yes,
Is Tremors
it's a
horror?
monster. It's a creature feature.
Okay.
I think it's close. Yeah, I think it's
Okay,
closer to
so I
more
take it
than
an
No,
eight-legged
I would not
creatures is
allow
not
that.
allowed either.
anything.
Okay. Um, then I'm gonna go a different one, and it's actually
Ooh,
one of your favorite movies of all time. Um, if I could ever fucking remember its name,
ooh, a little bit
Interstellar.
of the cosmic horror.
Yeah, I thought about it as well. Yeah, yeah, I thought
Yeah,
about it
where
as well.
Anthony is like
Oh,
in love with
I
the
think it's
idea of
horrifying
space.
too.
I find it terrifying.
There's actually a film,
I'm in
in my
both.
opinion, that
I'm in
does it
both.
better
Yeah,
than Interstellar. Well, I mean, it's not even that Interstellar really tries to do the emptiness. Well,
Space
yes,
Odyssey,
Space
right?
Odyssey, but as far as a modern example, it's called Ad Astra with Brad Pitt.
Hmm?
Um, it came out in
Okay.
2019.
Yeah.
I also
Arrival
find
is
Arrival scary,
creepy.
but I'm
There's some
not gonna
creepy
take
stuff in
that.
Arrival, but yeah, but Ad Astra, if you really want to catch, just like in 2001, where they have a couple of sequences where it's like you can really catch the emptiness of space. Like there is nothing, you know. Ad Astra has a lot of similar atmospheric stuff of like being alone and complete emptiness and just nothing, you know. Um, so look, I like the cosmic element to your selection there. I think it's solid. That is
Thank you.
me. That means I'm up next. Um, which is kind of tough, I guess. I mean, I could continue down my list, but that movie's kind of similar to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. At least there's a fan theory that this film and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory are actually that the this film that I'm talking about is a sequel to it, at least a spiritual sequel.
And and that
Okay.
is wait, don't wait, never mind, I
Am I
don't
gonna
know it.
do it though?
Sorry.
I mean, oh man, but I only have two more selections. I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna roll with two other films that these aren't like ones that scared me as a kid. These are ones that just like the idea of me being in this environment terrifies me. No Country for Old Men. To have a
Yeah.
psychopath uh, chasing you because you have a bunch of money. That's creepy. And obviously the film executes it brilliantly. And then the other one, uh, a little bit maybe
Right.
underrated of a pick, but uh, and I can't pick The Descent because that's a horror film, but it is spelunking. This is a similar vibe, and it's 13 Lives. Came out a couple years ago. It's based on a true story, actually.
Okay.
And do you guys remember hearing about that Cambodian soccer team that after a game they went to this cave that they like to hang out in? But then they went too far and Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
this
then they
movie
got
is
swept
about
under.
them
That's what
and
this
the
movie was
divers
about,
that went
right?
into the cave as it's flooding and stuff and
Oh
saved
wow.
all of them. Nobody died. It so the sequences and the directing that they were able to pull off in this film, like they built actual sets, similar to how the cave was to simulate like real life, like true to life stuff. It is crazy.
Mhm.
Edge of my seat. Really, really scary stuff.
Yeah. Whenever that happened, I was like in 5th grade, and I remember we like wheeled in a cart
Mhm.
to look at it, like watch the news about it. But um I think this is a weird thing that I'm gonna do because it's technically a short film. I don't know why I said technically, it is a short film. But I'm gonna take 2081. I'm
It
not sure
sounds
if you're
familiar. I've
familiar
definitely not
or
seen it.
not. So 2081 is a short film about the idea of perfect equality in the sense where if you are an above average human genetically, like for example, you can speak very well, like fluently, you never have to stutter, you can speak in front of people, they will handicap you to
Ooh.
where you are a normal level speaker. Um, or like reporters, if you cannot talk very well, like you stutter all the time, but you want to be, you can be a reporter because everybody's equal. But like the entirety of the planet is just like enforced on these um handicaps, and like it'll show you different things like dancers performing, and like one dancer is better
Dude,
than
that
the other, so
sounds
she has to
that
wear
sounds
shackles
exactly like, I
to
don't know
dance
if you're
while she
familiar with
dances.
this short story, Harrison Bergeron. That sounds exactly like Harrison Bergeron.
It could be the film adaptation of it.
Because
I'm let
in
me look
Harrison
it up real
Bergeron,
quick.
it's a dystopian future that's set in the near future for us, but they're like, it's a dystopian America with like 200 or so amendments passed, and the whole point is that everyone now is like completely equal. Nobody can be different from one another. Everyone is all uniform, and then Harrison tries to make a change, and oh, okay, there you go. Yeah,
Yes, it's based on
yeah,
that.
sounds very familiar. So I'm not surprised. Interesting. Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
scary.
for sure.
I hate that.
All right, Vitor, Mr. Irrelevant pick. Oh,
This movie terrified me when I watched it, and I think it's a pure thriller.
this fucking
Okay,
guy.
if you disagree, you let me know. I have other picks here, but listen,
Yeah, I
The
actually I considered
Machinist.
that for my list as well, so I'm good with it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, good film about
Phenomenal film, by the way.
good film about
You got
grief
the
and
Anthony
guilt,
seal of approval.
and like self punishment in a way. All right, good stuff. Honorable mentions for you guys.
Um, I don't know. There's not a lot that I could even come
Well,
up
it's
with for
tough
this, to
depending on
be
the criteria.
honest.
You know what I mean? Like I had the two lists.
I mean, Men
Yes.
in Black 3 was
Yeah,
terrifying as a
that's a
kid.
good
That
one.
movie scared the
Even like the
shit
Harry
out of
Potter
me.
films. So there are some certainly scary sequences. Aragog and the spiders in Chamber of Secrets. Uh,
Oh yeah. Um, I was terrified of
oh sure,
Godzilla
sure,
growing up. Godzilla scared the fuck out of me. Don't know why,
yeah,
it just did. Um, oh, another omission for like scared the fuck out of me growing up, Terminator and RoboCop. Both those movies fucked me up, dude.
understandable.
I used to like I could never watch horror growing up. Like I hated it. I
Mm.
only started enjoying horror
Uh,
when I was like 16.
I thought
I
about it.
thought
I thought
about
about a
Saving
war
Private
film
Ryan.
too.
How would you guys feel
100%.
about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about war as well. My war movie that was like scary or like the thought of it was scary was Schindler's List. I think that movie is like just a terrifying
I
premise because
think.
it's like
I
the
mean, I can
horror
see.
of the like it
Mm.
actually happening is really uncomfortable.
Yes,
There's an argument for
that's on
Oppenheimer to
my
be
list.
terrifying just to like imagine
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
humans
Yep.
like humans have that capability
Uh-huh.
is terrifying. Jack the Giant Slayer was scary for me growing up, and I thought that
Hmm.
was like I actually loved that movie growing up, but
What
I
about
get
Aliens
that's
in the
not a lot
Attic?
of people's
Uh,
favorites.
I
Aliens in the
thought
Attic I fucking love. That never scared me. Um, fuck, what's the
Oh yeah, there
movie
you
The
go.
Bridge to Terabithia?
Yeah,
That movie scared me.
I should rewatch that. I haven't watched it in like probably 12 years or something. It's too sad, you know. Oh
The
yes,
Spiderwick
there we
Chronicles. That
go.
movie
Yeah,
fucked
now
me up
we're
as a
now we're
kid.
getting some memories of childhood scary movies. Yeah. All right. Um, real quick, the movie that I was alluding to with the spiritual sequel to Willy Wonka is Snowpiercer. Uh, if you aren't familiar with if you're not familiar with the fan theory, look it up on YouTube. It's really really interesting stuff. I think it's fun, you know, to it's a very inconsequential like fan theory to believe in. So like, you know, sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, that's a fun. I
Mm-hmm.
believe it, you know." Uncut Gems for how much it just riddles you with complete anxiety the entire time. Um, Hotel Rwanda, another a war
Yeah,
film without soldiers.
great movie
Hotel
too.
Rwanda, just similar to Schindler's List in that way, actually.
Hotel Rwanda, because we were talking about like
Dude,
movies that you would
yes,
never want to
yeah,
fucking be in. That's one of them.
yeah.
Hotel
It
Rwanda is
seriously, when I watched it,
miserable.
the release that the characters feel at the end when they finally hit the refugee camp and they're safe, like that release of tension and stress brought me to tears. Like, yeah,
Dude,
it
it
the
felt
relief
so
brought
good.
me to tears,
It felt so
100%.
good. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen Hotel Rwanda, highly
And
recommend.
then the other one,
Amazing
you
movie.
mentioned Oppenheimer. The other one is 12 Monkeys, which is it's a thriller, but also like it's a very weird film. It's kind of hard to describe, but there's a little bit of time travel going on and stuff. Really, the creepy dystopian world and whatnot. So I thought I'd give that an honorable mention. But I also have, as I alluded to multiple times, a small list here of movies that if I like they would need to pull a Clockwork Orange on me if they wanted to subject me to these again. Kind of. Some of these aren't that bad.
Dude, Dragon Ball Evolution, the live
Yeah.
action Dragon Ball
One of these
movie.
isn't that bad, and that's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Part of what makes that scary, though, for me is the deep fake. The deep fake is kind of bad in that movie, so that sucks. There's also an ocean sequence in there, which is kind of creepy, but I did mention the Polar Express was on that list. Not that that's a terrible movie either, but the rest of these on here are are terrible movies. I think it's 1992 Super Mario Bros. Film. That is horrific.
Dude, I loved that movie growing up.
Absolutely horrific film. I'm glad it exists because it's, you know, it's one of those. But yeah, scary stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, that movie was so good. I
And it
loved it growing
funny.
up.
It's so bad. It's crazy. Another one. I talked about my boy M Night earlier in the director's draft and in the horror films draft, but unfortunately, he's got one of these movies, and it's The Last Airbender. Oh, what a disaster of a movie. The Last Airbender.
Which one? Yeah, that one was terrible. Live action Aladdin, I'll never fucking watch again. It's so much worse than the
Well, to
original.
make
Just
money.
didn't need to exist.
Oh,
Live
that's
action
terrible.
Mulan, that
Yeah.
one also didn't need to
Um,
exist.
and then one more I had here was Sausage Party. I
I would
I
rewatch
could
Sausage
not.
Party. I think
I
that
could
shit is so
not.
funny.
I don't even remember if I finished it actually. It was that insufferable.
I watched that
Oh
movie when I was
man,
12. It was so funny, dude. Um, Realistically, other movies that are just never going to be witnessed again by my eyes. The eighth and ninth Star Wars movie, they're
I actually recently
actually
considered going
painful to
and
watch.
seeing The Last Jedi again. No, Rise of
If they got
Skywalker has no
better.
chance of getting better, but The Last Jedi does, because it does have some interesting things going on, in my opinion, and
There's no way you think Last
absolutely it
Jedi
is
is better than
miles. It is
Rise.
miles better than Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker is in complete
No shot,
abomination.
dude.
Well,
I can't lie, dude. Last Jedi lost me in the first 5 minutes because they
yeah.
made a Yo Mama. Oh, other movie that's scary that's not a
Oh,
horror
because
movie, Beowulf.
that's part of that genre of like really shitty animation from early 2000s films. Yeah, there's a few of those like that.
Yeah,
No, come on.
Shrek.
um, yeah, good one, good one. Fuck, I just watched a video kind of on it, but whatever.
Beowulf's
It's
animation
no, you know
genuinely
what?
looks like
It
Oblivion.
it reminds me a lot of the Polar Express too. A less polished Polar Express, which is weird to say Polar Express is polished, but here we are. Uh,
That's very fair.
yeah, I mean that sounds like a draft to me.
God.
I had the first overall again, so I selected Willy Wonka and the Choco
Mm.
Fac, Titanic, The Polar Express, No Country for Old Men, and 13 Lives. Jacob had the 1-2 once again. He selected Chicken Run, Peter Pan, the live action version, E.T. Extraterrestrial, Interstellar, and 2081 short film. And then Vitor with the 1-3 once again. He selected Finding Nemo, The Others, The Truman Show, Enemy, and The Machinist.
Yeah, I cooked
You
with
did
Nemo,
cook
by
with
the way.
Nemo. I think honestly we cooked in the first round for sure.
I
I think so.
honorable mention
What's
to Toy
horror?
Story 3.
Honorable mention is Iron Man 3, dude. Why the fuck are they all melting people, bro? That was creepy. I was like 10
Yeah,
years
fair
old.
enough. Um,
Oh, other movie that was so bad I would never watch again. The original Mortal Kombat movie and
yeah.
its sequel.
Actually, good movies, by the way.
The original Mortal Kombat's
What?
pretty
I'm
okay.
kidding.
The sequels,
They're fun
The
watches. How about that? They're
sequel
fun.
was
They're fun watches.
bad.
They're fun watches.
The recent one that came out
oh, you know
wasn't the
what? You
worst
know
thing I've
one
ever
that might
watched.
make Barufi upset, and it's not even one of my worst of all time. It's not even a half star for me. Although I do have a couple half stars. You guys want to hear my half stars? All right, we have Jaws the Revenge
Yeah.
and Jaws 3D. We have Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul, the fourth film, where they changed all the actors.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
well, that's
That's
the
not even a
lowest rating
half
I can
star.
give
That's a
it,
0
outside
star.
of not rating it. Artemis Fowl, the 2019 film
Right.
based on the book, which was just awful. Um, we have Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Dude, that's a goated
We have
movie.
Planes, the is it even Pixar? No. What the fuck? Who did this one? I don't know. Anyway, it's fucking terrible. Super Mario Bros, which we talked about. Then there's this disaster alien film called The Fifth Wave that came out 8 years ago. It's fucking awful. Catwoman, for sure deserving. Uh,
Catwoman
and then we have
sucks.
unfortunately we have an Adam Sandler film in here, and that's Jack and Jill. I uh, I
I'd
don't even know
rewatch
if these
that
are
movie.
necessarily movies that I wouldn't rewatch, but these are half stars for sure. We have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
That's fair.
We have the
It's not as bad as Mousetrap. It's
I have
not
vowed
as
to
bad
never
as
watch one of those
Mousetrap.
types of
Let me
movies
tell
again.
you.
We have 2019 Charlie's Angels. Uh, we have Transformers: The Last Night. Say it again. You cut out. Hello? Hello? Jacob?
Hello.
All right. Well, moving on. We have the Emoji Movie is also a half star for me. Uh,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
you got money.
Why did that thing get made
laundering.
again?
We have Fan Four Stick, the
There you
2016
go.
2015 Fantastic Four film. Absolutely terrible. The Last Airbender, as we said, a horror film from this year. Tarot is fucking awful. Don't watch that. We have we had Transformers the last night. We also have Transformers Age of Extinction. I
That's fucked
cannot.
up, dude. That movie's a one-star.
I want to rewatch all of them. Again, I rewatched the original a couple weeks ago, so maybe it gets better on rewatch. But I just hated my time so much. T.J. Miller sucks, dude.
It's entirely my bias.
Hey, the dinosaurs
for
are
dinosaurs.
cool. Then we have Green Lantern, the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern. We've got Space Jam: A New
Love
Legacy
that.
with LeBron James. We've got the Mulan remake, which you said. We also have the Ghostbusters remake in 2016. We also have. No, I haven't watched it.
Pet Cemetery reboot.
Haven't bothered. And then another film from this year. We have 3 films at a half star from this year, folks. This one is The Watchers, which I think I've told you guys about that one.
Let's go.
Then we've got Batman and Robin, the George Clooney film. It's just so funny. Batman and Robin, and then the George Clooney film. Sausage Party. Then we've got more. Huh?
They're coming out with a new one, no?
They have a
They're
TV
coming out with a new one, no?
series on Amazon, I think.
The Curse
I
of
haven't
La
bothered for
Llorona.
that
That one's
either.
pretty terrible.
Morbius is a half star for me. A lot of superhero
It's
films,
Morbid
honestly.
time.
X-Men Origins Wolverine is a half star for me. No.
What is it, like Ant-Man and the Wasp?
The Matrix, no, not that bad.
That
The
one's not
Matrix
that bad?
Resurrections is a half star, and then Madam Web is also a half star. That's the other film from this year. That's the worst film I've seen in years, legitimately. And then the final half star I have is Eternals. Yeah. Yes.
Voted.
I can't
Eternals
fucking
is
stand
that
this. I hate it so
bad?
much. Oh, but what was I going to say before that? Before I got sidetracked? I don't remember. It must not have been important. Anyway, yeah. Any lasting thoughts from you, wonderful gentlemen?
The others was
for
scary
sure.
as hell.
Yeah.
Goated movie, actually. I remember watching with my grandma.
Fuck.
She came to me and she was like, she said, "You want to watch this movie with me?" My friend said it's a little scary, brother.
Hey, I will say this. I feel like we did a good job of getting through this episode, considering that I kept
Yeah, we did.
cutting out for like 10 minutes, or
Yeah,
like 10
we did
seconds.
great
Well,
though.
like,
Discord's
we
not fucked
we
as well.
resilient.
yeah.
Also, Barufy, I don't know if we ever talked about it, but I know you enjoyed Saltburn last year. I hated it.
Yes. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I did tell you it's a hit or miss. It's either you like it or you don't.
It's
It
a
goes
really
in between.
weird film.
It's a weird film. The reason why I liked it, Anthony, was I thoroughly enjoyed some of the cinematography. That scene, after Felix dies.
It's okay. They don't
spoiler
want
warning.
to. You don't want to watch this, all right? No, make your own. No, look.
Okay, come on,
You
come on.
know, I always
definitely-
say
it
make your
definitely
own
has its worth.
opinion, but I found pretty much everything about it to be insufferable. It was not a half star for me, but it's a 1 star.
My problem with Saltburn is it's very disturbing. It doesn't
It's
the
shot.
disturbingness of it doesn't add to
I
the
have
movie.
written in
Um,
my log on Letterboxd. It is shock. It is not only just relying on
it relies on
shock
shock
value.
value.
The shock is just schlock, in my opinion.
Yep. No, I completely agree. A movie, there's 4 scenes that just completely take away from the movie. That if you simply delete those scenes, it
Probably, yeah.
becomes such a better movie. Um, but there's some scenes that bring me the worth of the movie. The one I was talking about, that to me is a beautiful shot when they're bringing out his body.
Ew, gross. They're
Yes.
making it a Quiet Place video game.
Yeah, I saw that. So you remember this incident
Yeah.
where they take out Felix's body from the labyrinth, and
Yeah.
and they close the blinds, so that the body can go
I mean,
through.
look, there.
I thought
Yeah,
that shot was phenomenal.
There's some
I
good
thought that was
shots.
I thought that shot was fun in the red room, and you see the family
That
crumbling,
might have been the
losing
only
character.
legitimately
Right there,
good
like
scene in the film, in my opinion. When they're all eating and it's
I
illuminated in
thought
red.
that was a great scene.
Um,
Yes, illuminated in red. They're all
yeah.
eating, but you see the parents like losing character, like they're
Yeah.
they're going out of their fantasy, right? You see the dad yelling, the mom is desperate,
And the other thing, at the
and
end
it's
of the
not what you
day,
were seeing before. So
if you want this type of film but more interesting, I think just watch The Talented Mr. Ripley. It is, yeah.
oh, it's far better. I
But
mean,
anyway,
yeah. Or it's a different movie, but The Prisoners also has some of that. Um, but there's also touches on it because there's also a disturbing movie that is also far better. Though Old
I
Boy, you
will.
have to watch Old Boy, Anthony,
I will. All right. Okay, I have an
because it
assignment
has
and you
similar
have an
aspects.
assignment. All
Not,
right. Here we go. Okay.
yeah, no, I'm sticking to mine.
Is he? Wait, Broofy, are you gonna watch the movie that we
Memento.
watched already? I can't fucking remember the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to watch Memento as well. But I mean, there's Memento and there's Anthony recommended me 4 movies. I watched one. The other 3 were La La Land,
Yes.
Dune, and Heat.
And for the record, Jacob, you should watch those too, if you have time.
Don't
I
which
want to
order.
start the bear, but I gotta like make sure my fucking Hulu login will
Yes,
work because it's
please
not
though.
technically my
Please
Hulu.
start the bear.
Um,
I think you will not. Yeah, you will not
yeah,
be
I'm gonna start the
disappointed.
bear tonight. I got my
It's
login
so
ready.
good.
Well, I
Yeah.
already know I really like the main actor, so I'm already interested. But yeah, no, I'm gonna start the bear tonight because I haven't even ate dinner yet, and it's like, yeah, it's 12:34. So I'm gonna go heat up some
Nice.
food and put on the bear, and probably pass out in an hour. I recommend watching the
Oh,
2081.
cool. Yeah, I'll check that
It's
out for
on
sure
YouTube
then.
for free. So
All right.
yeah. Thank you for listening to our secondary episode this week. We appreciate it. Leave us a like, comment. If you have any thoughts on our draft or you have any ideas for future ones, please feel free to share. If you were going to be a part of these drafts, what would have been your first overall
Yeah,
pick?
awesome.
Thank you very much for listening, guys.
Nemo was the best pick of all time, by the way.
All right.
Of any
Take care,
draft.
guys.
Of any draft.